Yeah, we are live. Do you
Did
like
you watch
that?
the
You wanna-
50th anniversary thing?
No,
Saturday Night
yeah,
Live? God, I
wish
look
I
like
did.
frumpy.
No, you don't. Just sit up straight, up straight, up straight on the edge of the
Posture.
chair. Don't be like
Yeah.
sitting back and getting comfortable.
Right. I don't
So-
know. I mean, this is the Felix. I do love this cardigan, but it's a wide neck.
Well, button at the top.
It's still a wide neck. I think the turtleneck is not ideal with it.
I'm wearing a
Better with the
turtleneck.
collared shirt.
I like turtlenecks. It covers up some of this and makes me look like
I like
this
turtlenecks
double,
too. I'm just saying, I
triple,
think with
quadruple
this
chin.
look, it's probably not the best.
I'm sure
Your turtleneck
some
is
people
quite
will.
lovely.
I like those kind of turtlenecks.
I'm not complaining about the turtleneck. I'm complaining about the turtleneck and the Felix.
Huh.
I think this
Maybe you like
is
a
better
collared,
with a
but-
collar.
Okay. All right.
It's just a really wide. I don't know. You guys can weigh in.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm getting back to that sweater, which I will show you, the Descent sweater. And it is, hello Nancy. We'll see, it's gonna have a pretty wide collar, I think. Because, I'm taking out extra in the front. I'm not doing anything to the back, but I am doing some stuff to the sides, so.
Right. Well, okay, back to the Felix. It is
Okay.
designed to look like this. I do not believe I knit it improperly.
No.
This, Amy, it's just a wide neckline. Anyway, that is the Felix. So
Yeah, well, I love it. That's one sweater I haven't knit, and I really should. So, yeah,
it's a good one. Just be prepared
wish
for
I
a wide
had my
neckline.
coffee.
I have ginger tea at this point because
Oh.
I have drunk my
Your
3.5 cups.
5
of
days allotment of caffeine.
3.5 cups. The first 3 were very heavily enhanced with half and half.
Someone
they were
said
delightful.
our outfit matches.
Oh, I know. We seem to, and even the sweater in the back.
I know,
We're
we're
all
like
coordinated.
very coordinated.
Hello. Yeah.
This is the field sweater, in case you
It's
can't
hard
really
to
tell.
see.
Yeah,
I don't
it
think
is
they're
hard.
seeing the
Well,
beautiful stitch work.
well, here, scoot your buns. Yeah, look at that, you guys.
Ooh, you guys, that's gorgeous.
And that's with the possum from
Circus
Circus
Tonic.
and we'll be getting some more.
Yeah. Yep.
'cause
We've
it's
decided
a
that's our
fabulous yarn.
favorite base.
And this is the one sweater where 3 people knit on it. Isn't that, it doesn't have to.
It's been a communal effort.
I told Jim I should teach him to knit because to do it like our
Oh.
friend Kathy. So I do the hard part and he does all the easy part.
I know.
I think
all
that
the
would
stuff
be
in that.
great.
Mhm.
I found
be a
out
good
we found
partner
out a
thing.
little bit of good news this morning. Not stupendous, but we applied for a test knit. I mean, I did it, but under the guise of us on Ravelry. So a test knit with Isabel Kramer, which
She's a great designer.
she didn't pick that many people. Really, there wasn't. I don't know how many
Did
applications
she pick
gets.
Stinetti?
Yes, yeah, she did. So
Well, okay.
and I kind
She
of
must
jumped
like
on it
Montana.
because it does have like a really high. It's called Sean, and I think you can find it on Ravelry because that's where I saw that she was doing test knit. Not Ravelry, but on Instagram.
Instagram.
So I'm pretty sure it's not a secret she's doing this test knit. But we have. She called for Manchalope, which we carry, and I'm like, hey, and it doesn't really look like a complicated sweater. And I thought the deadline is March 16th. So I got to get on it. So it's going to be Manchalope, and then I thought maybe it'd be pretty if we did like a marl, like a different color mohair with it. I thought that'd be pretty. So we'll have to decide on colors today.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Anyway,
Maybe. I don't know about the marling with mohair, but
well, I mean, it is going to have mohair in it. So
Mohair's
it's just
good.
depending on like what color we
how
end
do you
up
want to
picking.
do it? Yeah. Cool.
So anyway, that'll
Coolio.
be fun.
That's
So you'll
fun.
be seeing that.
We are in chitty chats with a fun hand dyer for some fun yarn too.
Oh yes, we
But
are, and
we're
we're
not
in
gonna-
chitty chats for something happening in the fall.
Oh right.
Yeah. So
Right.
we do have some kind of
Yeah,
fun.
we're
fun
trying
stuff.
to, we're keeping thinking forward.
Yep, I know. We're
Even
always,
though our brains might be frozen because it's
I
another
know.
56 degrees in here
And we
today.
have our blankets.
We are prepared
dressed
now.
pretty
Last
warm.
week I was kind of shocked at how cold it was.
Yeah, but that's because we just haven't had it that bad for a while.
Well, like the heater had been working and then last week it didn't. So now we know when it's cold, it's hard for everything.
Yeah, it is.
I've sent some videos of stuff in our yard to my kids and they're like, wow. It's pretty intense.
Hang on.
The quantity, the amount of snow, Arctic blast, this part of the country has been blasted for a good long time. I think that, last year was kind of a non-winter, so I guess we're paying for that.
It kind of was. But,
Hopefully this will help with all kinds of, like someone said maybe it'll kill grasshopper larva or whatever, larvae, which
wow,
I
that
think
would be good.
really nice.
My sister and her husband are getting the brunt of whatever the weather is right now. They're trying to fly somewhere warm. And of course, flights are canceled and
Yeah.
they drove
Planes are
to
tipping
Billings.
over.
Yeah, not theirs, thank God, but they weren't on that plane. That was in Canada. But
Right.
they just said, we're canning it. We're driving. So now they're driving from,
So when are they supposed to be in their warm
I
destination?
think, Thursday.
Oh, but they were like starting their journey.
Yeah, they were flying so they could spend some time with the little grandkids. But now it takes 2.5 days to drive there. But they're gonna try to slam it. Oh, somebody needs to get in.
Okay, well,
Okay,
our store
we're
is locked, but okay, you can keep chatting.
Okay,
I'll
yeah,
try to go
yeah.
open the door for this
So
guy.
yeah, they're they definitely were pretty disappointed, and you could tell because they were like snipping at each other. So it was pretty funny, but not funny.
Our Becky's in Belize.
Oh yeah, Becky
So
went to
lucky her.
Belize. Sue, I think, is planning to go to Denver this weekend to see her daughter, whom I know she hasn't seen in a while. So I'm glad for her for that. So basically, though, we did have a nice birthday party for my husband. His birthday and twin brother is birthday on Valentine's Day, so it's always a big deal. And I had fun planning a big special meal, and it went off without a hitch, which doesn't always happen when I'm cooking. So Jim's like, why are you doing this? You're so on edge. And I'm like, it's only this last part. Like, I want to make sure everything gets timed out of the oven correctly and
Yeah.
it's hot when you get it. Like, that part
I
is-
know. That's what I think would be really hard about restaurant kitchens.
I
like
know.
when groups of people at the same table order different things and then like getting it all timed
I know,
to
when
come
they
out when it's
require different times
know.
of cooking. And
Yeah, that's a thing.
I mean, I really wish I had like a double oven. Because then you could cook 2 different things at 2 different temps. Otherwise, I'm just sort of using every cooking thing I have in the house. The air fryer, the oven, the microwave turns into a convection oven. So
It's like
trying to
it's
manhandle all that stuff.
logistics.
It is.
And when you think about that being like traditionally women's work, and like back in the, anyway,
I know.
it's impressive. Women are amazing.
I have tried to get Jim, we've gotten a few of those HelloFresh things. Just now that he's home, just trying to get him in the mode for cooking. And now that he is kind of in the kitchen a little more often, I've had to totally reorient drawers and things where things are kept. Otherwise, I'm always telling him, get out of the way, get out of the way, get out of the way. So I've had to move things around a little bit. So
Fun. I heard you say I'm going down to Denver. Mike and I are going to see Carrie. I haven't been to Denver since May when she graduated. She has since moved. She's the pesky child who's like, when are you coming to see my apartment? When are you going to see my apartment? When are you
'cause you
going to see
haven't
my
seen it yet.
apartment? No. In the meantime, we haven't really traveled to see the boys like in their places for like over a year, and they're not pesky about it.
I
They're
know.
not like, when are you going to come to Boise? When are you going to come to Spokane? So
Yeah,
anyway,
my
sorry,
poor boy
Carrie, if
can-
you're watching this. I'm pretty sure she's not watching, but anyway.
it'd be a miracle if my kids were watching. It would be a miracle if anyone from my family is watching.
Yeah, we're
'Cause, I mean, my sister
even
should
though
be
we
watching
do
me
amazing
right now,
work
but
all the time.
we
don't
do,
get
and we
the
appreciate
love.
all the good words that you send us
We
on
do like
our
that.
videos.
Oh yeah, last week we had we did a little contest.
Oh,
I
that's
forgot to
right.
pull that over, but we're going to give away the 2025 planner from the Lina. It's really wonderful planner, but it needs to get out into the world. It's our
Right,
last one.
and so the winner is, her name is Prudence.
Prudence.
Needs
We don't know how to say your last name, Prudence,
But,
you live in Ohio?
Yes.
Okay.
And I do like the name Prudence. It is the name of my grandmother.
That's a sweet
Do
name.
you go by Prudy?
But Prudence, if you're watching, we need your address.
Yes, contact. And we will reply to your message
Okay.
from last week, and hopefully we'll
You'll see it
find
that
each
way,
other.
yeah.
So we'd
Okay.
love to get that to you.
We'll mail it out. So thanks for participating. Thanks for watching. Thanks for following all the things. We love that. We are today going to give you a little bit of an update on future March
Yep.
activity.
Yep. March is coming
March
up.
is coming. We're gonna chat a little bit about some new products.
Yep.
Which is pretty much what we do. Like that's if you're,
Yep.
you know, that's pretty much what we do every time. I don't think we deviate much from that routine. But
No, but that's
it's always nice to
that's
let
what
you
shops
know.
do, I guess.
That's probably what a shop should do.
Yep.
If you're trying to
Okay.
entice people to
So
spend,
usually
buy
the
some
first
stuff.
thing we talk about is, well, what are we wearing?
Uh-huh.
You're wearing the Felix.
Felix.
And that's out of Edo.
which is
right?
a
And
discontinued
Simone.
yarn from Noro.
Oh, that was Viola. Yeah,
Yeah.
Viola, yes. But you can achieve this with any Noro yarn. It would be really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wearing Sawyer, and that's from the Kelborn Woolens gals. And
Mm-hmm.
and so I used
Scout.
Scout, which
Mm-hmm.
I really do like this yarn.
Scout's a wonderful yarn. Scout's a go-to, wonderful DK weight, kind of a good basic, but you hate
Yeah.
like basic
But
kind of
the
sounds
colors
negative.
are
It's not
pretty
negative.
incredible.
It's a good
Yeah.
standard workhorse yarn.
Yeah.
We have somebody who buys it in quantities of 10 about twice a year to make blankets.
That's right.
So it is her standard. It's a wonderful yarn and lots of good colors.
I think so too. I mean, it's just one of those yarns that looks good every time you use it,
Yeah.
whether it's by itself or it's really good for color work.
Yep,
too.
it's
So,
wonderful.
yeah.
So that's that.
And then, so why don't you talk about this?
What about it?
Your elbow.
Oh, my elbow.
Because I was going to ask what you're knitting, but you might be taking a break.
I'm taking a break. I have to. Now I'm not a professional physical therapist or doctor, but I have
you did
diagnosed
diagnose
myself with golfer's elbow, or it's like the opposite of tennis elbow, which is on the outside. Golfer's elbow is your tendons in here. But basically, I have had some discomfort for about a month with knitting, and so yesterday so the thing that has happened now is like brushing my teeth.
Oh, you have to try to do it
I
with the
have
other
to use
hand.
my left hand. So it's this like
What about writing?
twisting, like, okay, this movement, oh my God, it's like, whoa. So there's an issue. I got a brace. I watched videos this morning from some knitter people. I looked at Reddit. Anyway, Mike, who's marginally unsympathetic, first of all, I texted him. I'm like, I think I have this. He's like, you don't golf. And then when we
Which
got
I said too.
last night, I'm like, I said something about brushing my teeth. He said, well, it's good for you to use your other hand. And then,
I just can feel you.
I
Right?
know.
Like, come on.
He's just not
How about, I'm
sympathetic.
so sorry,
No.
honey.
Or how about this? How about if I take you to the gym and we start doing some strengthening for you instead of your family has poor muscle tone?
That's just, yeah.
Yeah, so helpful. I mean, anyway, so there's that. But yeah, I took off my little brace. I put my brace on over my jammies last night because what happens, I know,
right.
the night before last when what prompted me to actually Google and then like order this brace thing. was I woke up I know that, like, you're sleeping, and or maybe it's just me, but on and off I'm like thinking I need a sling. I need to like immobilize this arm. So in my sleep, I'm sure I was like doing whatever you're not, because the one gal, I listened to this really young person who seems to be an expert, although she had some good tips, and everything is, it's nothing new, like take breaks, do some stretching. She's very young and super skinny arms, and so maybe
Maybe she has poor muscle tone.
yeah, I know, she probably does. But she was saying, she said, oh yeah, and when you're sleeping, try not to clench your fist. Well, how on earth
I know how.
are you gonna like do that when you're sleeping?
Right.
So anyway, I probably need a brace. Okay, then the knitting PT.
You have like a hand thing.
I do have a wrist brace. I'm not sure where it is exactly. I know where the elbow thing is. But I might end up like totally immobilizing. But anyway, this gal said that she gets shoulder pain. Yes, I get shoulder pain. She gets wrist pain. She gets occasionally elbow pain. Now she's really young too, I think. But
to get all
and
that
I'm
pain.
55 and a half, so I feel like I've done okay. And I have had some pain in the past, and I like got a wrist brace. But anyway, so there's a lot. We could like probably spend 45 minutes diagnosing this collectively. But one of the things that has happened is for 6 weeks now, I've been knitting on 10 and a half and 11 needles, which is probably not ideal to be like consistently working on a big, like not switching up your needle gauge situation when you're working.
Oh, yeah. Use different needles.
Yeah.
Go different
So,
projects.
These are not ergonomic needles, by the way.
They're not the squares.
They're not the squares. This yarn, I mean, I do think this is going to be a lovely project when it's done.
I can knit on it for a while if you want.
But knitting, okay, this is pretty fine yarn. I am double stranding this along
then
with a
with-
strand
and
of
this,
sport
right,
weight.
yeah.
So wrestling with 3 strands of yarn, could be, because I'm like pulling. I just feel like there's some things that I'm doing that are wrong. If you knit something and you don't learn anything from it, I don't care what it is.
Right.
I think you learn something whether you're using a different fiber. If you're knitting a sock pattern that you knit all the time, if you're using different fiber, if you're using different yarn that pulls in a different way, you're going to learn something. This I am learning, is probably injuring me.
Even though it's really gorgeous.
This will possibly be the memory for this project, but I am gonna have to set it aside. I was thinking that I was gonna bring it on my trip, and I'm not.
Yeah.
I just don't think that's a wise thing to do.
Yeah. Might
So
be
anyway,
good just to not bring anything.
the lady said, but as this one young gal in the video said, what is the point if you're sitting and watching TV and you can't knit?
I know.
What
is the point? I feel like that too.
So that's what I felt last night when I'm like, God, I'm so bored.
I know. Every time
Oh
if
my
I get in front of the
God.
TV and I'm not doing anything, it just feels weird.
I
Like,
watched
super weird.
I did watch the news because we were having leftovers last night. Oh, we have a great joke. This is
Okay.
from Suzanne.
Okay.
So, husband says to wife, "What are we having for dinner tonight?" And the wife says,
Nothing.
and he says, "That's what we had last night. I fixed enough for 2 nights." I was like, "Wait, is that your turn or mine?" Anyway,
thought I
and
was
so
gonna say that
speaking
part.
of Suzanne and our friend Judy, who are regulars in the shop, are, I think they're on a cruise around Norway.
Yeah,
with
right.
Arnie and Carlos.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
So
I know.
how fun.
They're both in like fandom world, really.
That's gonna
I
be
think.
neat.
So
Yeah, I'm eager
I
to
can't
hear
wait
about
to hear. It'd be fun for them to come and chat with us, maybe on their trip when they get back.
Oh yeah, that
yeah,
could be fun.
that'd be fun.
So that is that. So this is a saga. So the other thing the gal said that I'm gonna track down like just a stretchy elastic. She showed this. Mine is like this Velcro
So
situation. But I took it off my jammies this morning to put my clothes on, and my arm kind of hurt without it. So I think there's definitely something going on.
Now, remember my
that,
knee, that knee brace thing I wore
yeah.
for a month or two?
That the brace, I think, does
helped.
provide something. So there is that bit of that's bad news.
That is. And so, yeah, that you can't knit that.
Yeah.
I don't have any. I could talk about some health
But there's some
issues.
strengthening things and stuff. I mean, this one guy had he went through some diagnosis stuff. He's a PT in, I think, Australia. And then he had some like massagey kind of things you could do, and some stretches. And then you go into some strengthening things. And he's like, this could take, 3 months, 6 months.
5 years.
You could always have this. So at some point I might need to actually, see a real person about
Yeah,
it. But
you might.
but we'll see.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
I could talk about some health issues, but I'm actually not going to. Someday I'll tell you guys some things, but they're nothing that major. But well, this is the one thing that I kind of jumped back into after I finished my Banna hoodie. So when Ruth Bader Ginsburg died, a lot of people jumped into the Descent sweater. And I think it's by Andrea Rangel. And I realized, and I think you can tell that it's really big. I did not check gauge. Did not check gauge.
I think we've
at
talked
all.
about this before, actually.
We probably did, but now that I'm kind of getting back into it, I did a block, so I wanted to see how it was looking. And so normally the steek would just
looks
be
like
in
a
this
cod
little
piece.
section.
It's like a cod piece.
You told me to decrease right there, so I'm not wasting yarn.
It looks like
so
that's
so
funny.
that's what I did. But this
small
weekend
medieval cod
I
piece.
kind of lined it up to outside farther than the normal. It would have
for
been right
steeking.
here, but now
For
it's
your
like way out
basting.
here.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I don't think I need to go.
Yeah, you
that
need to
row.
cut that much out. It's like surgery.
This much is
Yeah.
good. Yeah, I think. But okay, because of that, my sleeves were huge, and and so it had me putting on. So maybe it's better
my
if I show
goodness.
this one.
Yeah.
So this little extra piece that you always cast on between here, I'm like, that is huge. So what I'm gonna do, somebody said something, I don't know what.
Well, oversized sweaters are a thing right now.
Well, sorry.
It's the body armor.
I get it. This is not, I'm actually gonna put this on a sewing machine.
Good.
And I'm gonna, we tell people to do that all
do
the
it.
time. I'm definitely gonna do that. So, but now I got myself into a test knit. So
Might set
this
it
will
aside.
probably be
Yeah.
set aside, but I'm definitely gonna get back to it. But the test knit has to be done by March
Yeah.
like 16th. So anyway, The Descent by Andrea Rangel. I'm using Lopi. I really like it. And obviously, I don't really have that much left to do.
No, you don't.
Really, but
Just the finishing.
anyway, but
Yeah.
you can see it is a pretty wide collar. I think even after I take that out.
She
it
did
will
a
be.
really cute cat sweater recently in the past
yeah.
few months. She released a cute yoked design that's seated kitty cats. It's darling. And I think it's fingering weight project.
Oh, Meredith said hello.
Hi, Meredith.
And she's sorry that you have your tennis or golf elbow.
Yeah, but I don't golf. So anyway, and we've been selling the heck out of Lopi and
Oh.
Alafas Lopi.
I know. I
I
did kind of
need to
restock
send
a little bit
send an
yesterday.
order in because that is a wonderful problem to have.
It is.
It
yeah.
should be out into the world. It should be being loved and used. So that is great. Yeah.
Well, speaking
else?
of finishing projects.
Okay. So we're still in the middle of the Banna knit along. Quite a few people are finishing those. That is fun to see. Our friend Heather was in on Saturday and she needed a little help picking up stitches for the ribbing on the arms. Did it, finished her best.
Right.
I got a cute picture.
Yeah, it was
Nancy
cute.
finished hers. It's a fun little project. And eventually mine will be done.
But
not
we
now.
felt like we've had 2 months solid, which Sue can attest. It's hard work finishing sweaters or getting those done.
Yeah, I mean,
But
I did make my Lento in a month.
we
so
remembered back in October when we did our UFO October
yep,
to
fun.
finish, lots of projects in October. And so we thought our friend, let me see
Jennifer?
what someone says. Yes, our friend Jennifer said she treats March like the Get Her Done month.
Get her done March.
So we thought, let's repeat UFO, but it's going to have to do with,
you
a
could be the
pot of
lucky
gold.
winner of all the money that gets put in here.
Right. So $5 per, and I'm sorry, it has to be cash. So I know that's sort of, outside
how
people.
quaint.
Yeah. Cash, but that just means it's the local thing.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that is that, and you can put
That's
your
backwards.
name in.
Sorry, guys. It's
I
backwards.
know, I
We don't
cannot.
know what
Okay, I
happened.
just want you to know. I looked into that, okay? And everybody seems to be having that problem right now if you're going live on YouTube.
Blame it on
It's
Elon.
the live part. We wouldn't be able to see ourselves, really, if it was
But
the
it
other
hasn't
way.
been this way before.
It wasn't. It just restarted it again.
Yeah. So maybe
I'm
there's
not
a glitch.
sure. I don't know. But if anybody has any tips, that would be great. But anyway, why don't you read what it says?
Okay,
then?
finish any project and win the pot. This is your lucky pot of gold. October we put this out there and we had $95 in here and one person. So what you do is you give us your money, you write down the project you're going to finish. It goes in there. It's all accountable. And then you come or you send us a picture. It's kind of an honor system. We see that you have finished your project, and then from those people
That
in the
finish.
pot who finish, one person will receive the pot of gold. So we all have UFOs. We figured since we did this in October, it's pretty fresh in people's minds. So we wanted to pull it out again and see if we can keep it kind of a regular thing.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, someone asked a question. They
Okay.
said, Sue, what are those beautiful colors of yarn on your right, which would be your left, because we're going backwards. So I'm pretty sure it's the phenol garn
Oh.
that they're looking at.
Oh, this is phenol garn.
Yeah, want to pull one? And
A beautiful, oh, look how, yeah. So phenol garn is a Norwegian wool. In there, it's backwards. There are what, 95 colors or something?
at least,
Yeah.
yes. We found out you can't list more than 100 on your website.
It's a sport to fingering weight wool, Norwegian wool, depending on what you want it to be.
Nancy's watching us from Alice's. She said she's having a hot latte at Alice's.
Oh, funny. Anyway, it is a beautiful yarn. We've
Yeah.
had it since we opened. So
This looks like the color I used on my cedar point right there.
it
think.
is a great yarn. So it's $10 right now until inflation. For more inflation. For 100, almost 200 yards.
Yeah, 191.
Yeah. So it's a great yarn. It's wonderful for color work. It is from Norway. So, Norwegians, Scandinavians, they like their color work and they like doing things with that weight of yarn too. So it's a good one.
Well, let's talk about field. The field
field
sweater. The field sweater is by
Camilla,
Camilla Vad.
another Scandinavian designer.
Yes. But the yarn is the Circus Tonic Merino Possum. So it's
So
80%
soft.
non-superwash merino, 20% New Zealand possum. It's so soft, you guys. And this is knit on a 6, I think. So
this could be a fingering weight yarn, but it also could be maybe a worsted weight yarn,
think
depending on your project.
the way that this yarn is made, that possum kind of fluffs it out, and when it's knit, like this right here looks like there's mohair in here. But so the nice thing is you're not double stranding anything. You're just doing this darn it, I forgot to put that darn thing on my thing. I keep forgetting.
Okay.
Anyway.
So anyway, we this is from our friend Hannah again in Adelaide, Australia, where it is really, really hot.
It is really, really
Right now.
hot and humid, I will say.
But anyway, we're working on sending her another restock order for that. We
Brand new
we definitely
colors.
have yarn to make it.
Yes.
Um,
This one took 3,
yeah.
but probably not much. This is one
Yeah.
of the smaller sizes. So,
Yeah.
but
Three, you know, 3 balls of
I would
this,
say
really.
4 max
Three's-
for most
yeah.
sizes. Like you
And
would
the
need
nice
more
thing
than that.
is that it's you don't have to double strand for the
I
little
know.
field stitches.
So in
which is
reality,
kinda
it's
nice.
even though it might be on the higher end of some yarns, you're not spending extra money on the mohair.
No,
So
uh-uh.
you're not. It's actually ends up being a
Yeah.
pretty good buy. Really.
And I think if there are other patterns in your Ravelry queue that use, you know, fingering weight and mohair, you know, this
Right.
Would be the merino possum would be a good option to think about.
I think so, too.
Anyway, so that's fun.
A few new things. So we get a new color every month from Round Mountain, and this is the newest one. It's called Yellow Banded. Here's the real thing. Yellow Banded Agate, which I think is really pretty, and I really like how it works up. I have an idea for the hat. Was the Oslo hat? I've seen people making Oslo hats with this type of yarn with a little strand of mohair, and it's really pretty.
But
So-
also those assigned pooling things
Yes,
would be
uh-huh,
fun for that
definitely,
too, always.
yes.
Okay. We have from Katrinkles, we reordered her darning loom. So first of all, it comes in a really cute box. She's, you know, that's cute and lovely.
Comes
So
with a
Katie
needle.
does really precise. Everything she does is just very thoughtful and precise. So here is your little loom. And she's got one of her little comby things. Basically, when you are darning or repairing things, you're like
It's
stretching
like a
out your
little
project
weaving
on here. And then she uses this to help you like guide. It's like basically little hand weaving that you
Yep.
do. There's a stretchy band. There's some great instructions.
It's good
all
for,
folded
you
up.
know, if you've got holes in your socks, but honest to God, if you have some holes in anything, really, and it'd be a fun way to do visible mending, so you don't always have to
Visible
use the same
mending's a
yarn that
thing.
matches your project.
You know, moths aren't a huge thing around here, but they can be a thing. So if you get some little moth holes, you know, it's okay to mend it in a creative and visible way. That is a thing. It can extend the life of your, you know, your favorite whatever. Or anyway, I think it's a great thing to do. So, and Becky requested this, that we get these back. So we did, and they're here. Becky got hers, so yay.
We got a restock of these little yarn caddies. They've got a magnet right here, and then
This is
This
from
will
Twice
stick,
Sheared Sheep.
and it just
She's-
turns around. So when it's on a much flatter surface
The
than
magnet-
my hand,
Yeah, the magnet's
so
nice.
and then
it-
this just goes right in here.
So,
So you can just pull it off. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not doing the best job here. Here we go. So this one is really for
I don't know that I would
your
personally
countertop.
carry this one on your wrist because I think you could strain little tendons.
Yes,
It could make it kind of
but
heavy.
you would definitely want to take the bottom off.
You
if
could
you
do
have a
that.
strap, you could put that right
Yes, you
here, and
could.
that would hang on your thing. You don't want that extra weight of the base.
But the base is nice.
Yeah,
So
it's
not
very
so
cute.
all of these caddies now in the world are not equal.
Right,
They
they're
have their
all
own
different.
little
We've
things.
had both, so
So that is fun. And then also from Twice Sheared Sheep, we got some of her row counters. This style of row counter, some people love them. Some people use them faithfully.
some people don't know
we
what they
are not adept at their use, but we are happy to stock them because when we try to appeal to everybody, they're handy, and there are like video tutorials out there.
Right, and the gal,
And we can
yeah,
give you the
yeah.
gist of it,
Yeah.
but you know, like Alyssa on the weekend, she's like, I just have a nap. So I mean, I think everyone has their way, and your way is not the right way for for
It's
your
n-
neighbor.
Yeah, and so,
So everyone,
yeah,
we try
there's
to
no
feel
right
everyone.
or wrong. It's
Yep.
whatever is right for you.
Counting 101.
Anything else?
I don't think so.
Huh?
Yeah, I think, what time
Yeah.
is it?
Well,
Oh gosh, we've talked
done-
for a long time.
We have, but it's only 18 minutes.
Oh, did we start
But we
late?
started a little bit later.
Did you start that late?
No, just started when
Okay.
we started. It's just we got here a little bit later than usual, so we didn't go live until a little after
really?
9:30.
Okay.
So we're okay. We're okay.
Yeah, well, I have been watching some YouTube-y knitter people videos, and I do think the half-hour thing is nice. I think people have
Yeah.
referenced that. I think
Oh,
that
okay.
it's I think we are doing the right thing there.
I know there are some really long ones out there, and I just don't know how anyone can really keep track of that. 3-hour videos. You can't watch it all at one time.
It's hard
anyway,
to
So
yeah. So
I can't.
it's
so
like sitting down to watch a movie on your little screen. So anyway, I'm happy with our 30-minute thing, and
Yep.
filing away some ideas for future stuff in the shop, all that.
if anybody has any like really good ideas for possible knit-alongs or just some new designers that we haven't discovered, we're always open to hearing about new patterns, new designers. So we like to be in the know, and we don't get to watch everything. So if you find somebody that you love, just let us know.
Well, yeah, and you know how everyone gets in their own little niche.
Right.
So yeah.
And we know there's a lot more designers out there than just a handful.
Oh, gosh,
that sort of
yeah.
makes a big splash all the time.
Yeah, we tried to avoid those.
But
to
it's
be
nice
honest.
to.
Yeah.
If
Well, and yesterday we had Brooke in, who's getting, she got Lopi to make a really fun new sweater from someone
was
who's not
so
on our radar. So
The pattern
she's
was in
a
Norwegian, I think.
gal, really bright, fun vibe. I mean, I think I've seen it occasionally on, but you're scrolling and you see, and you're like, oh, that's cute, and then you move on, and
But if
then
you,
Instagram feeds you whatever
yeah,
it thinks
and
you
if
want
you've
to
knit a
see.
few sweaters, you kind of know what a pattern is like. You have to cast on a certain. I mean, I think I could follow a pattern in a different language, just if there's a chart.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah. So that will be fun to watch. I think, yeah, that's, so anyway, that we love, that's what, we've said it before. We just
Yep.
love having our customers, our friends in the shop.
Yep.
We all kind of big circle around. Yay.
Yay.
We talk about it. She does it. Blah. The circle of knitting.
Yes. Yeah.
The
Okay.
circle of projects. So,
Well,
anyway.
I think that's good for today. And
oh, building update.
oh, sorry.
Sorry. They have fixed some things in here that needed fixing. So that is awesome. I'm not going to go in depth, but I think we're on the path of improvement around
Yeah.
here.
Yep.
So that's good.
I know. We're always watching. That's who Sue had to let in was
One of the
a
people
worker bee
who's,
that was
they're doing a
doing
lot of
upstairs stuff.
Yeah,
So
they're doing some fun
yeah.
stuff.
So we'll keep you in the loop on that too.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's going to be like 40 degrees on Friday.
I know.
So just a couple more days
Crazy.
of like 20
See how long
below.
it takes for the snow to melt off.
Hope it doesn't melt too fast. Yeah. And
All
if you
right.
are a rancher, our hearts are out to you with this. Like, I can't even imagine
having to go outside
with little baby animals. That's
well,
crazy.
you guys have an awesome week, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.